Hello everyone. So today is the blockbuster game we can see between Sri Lanka versus New Zealand. It's a literally do or die game for the host nation, co-host nation we can say of Sri Lanka because they haven't played a consistent brand of cricket. They have been very much scratchy through all the three fronts of the game. There's only one player who is scoring runs, taking wickets as Chamari Atupattu, and she's also not that much consistent with the bat and ball in the hand. So due to which there's a lot of burden pressure on the rest of the team members and everything. So on the panel we have got Ayan Chatterjee and Anup Konnur sir. So Anup sir, what do you think? New Zealand has got a
See,
great chance of boosting their net run rate and winning the game. This one because at the moment New Zealand has net run rate of minus 0.245 and they have got 4 points. So 2 points, 2 points from three matches. Like if they jump to four, they will most likely or to say dethrone India and they will be the fourth team in the points table. What do you say?
yeah, now the problem with New Zealand, I would say, yes, no doubt they have to boost their run rate and everything. But the problem is like the match is in Colombo. Pitches where spin is getting assisted more. And we have seen like teams like Australia and England, even though Australia won against Pakistan, but they were reduced to 78 for 7 versus Pakistan. And England too were reduced versus Bangladesh. Only experience from either night showed them the way in that game. So the pitch in Colombo will play a key role because if New Zealand falters there to the spinners, their their dream of scoring a big win or even getting a run rate out of the minus would get a big hampering with this. Saying so, New Zealand I guess is dependent heavily on Sophie Devine because first three matches, as we say, as we allude, she is playing like the innings of her lifetime. She has 200s and then 185, one all around 60. So around Sophie Devine is playing in another universe. It's her last World Cup. She's the most experienced, 15 years of experience she has. But other player is Suzy Bates. She scored 29 in her last match, but didn't show any kind of form. She is also another experience player. And apart from that, they have the bunch of youngsters plus experience. Amelia Thayer, she is good in the spin department. Lee Tao recently played her 100th ODI and took three wickets in that. She is an experienced fast bowler. But apart from that, Jesters, Bruce Holiday, who came good in the final two matches, concluded one with 69 and one with 48. So these two somewhat look familiar. But apart from that, New Zealand batting looks a little bit brittle at the moment, and Sri Lanka, with the experience of experienced spinner like Inora Ranavira, they can might exploit this New Zealand batting clutches as well. So for New Zealand to win, they really have to perform well in the batting department as such. They have to set a score. If batting first, they have to set a score around 250, 260. Now, once they go to 250, 260, we know that Sri Lanka would easily hamper. They don't have that much of, I won't say experience, but that much of adaptability to do and chase that much of score. So somewhat New Zealand must have to find a way to score around 240 to 250 on this if they bat first. And if they bowl first, make sure they don't let Sri Lanka go past around 220. Because once if they do, then the Sri Lankan bowlers to come to the party. Saying about Sri Lanka batting, yes, Chamari Attapattu, she is the mainstay. She has the most experienced campaigner of the World Cup as well. Has played many World Cups for Sri Lanka as well. But her form at the moment, I don't think is that much good with the bat or ball. She doesn't bowl a lot, but with the bat as well. And another problem is Sri Lanka don't stitch enough partnership because versus in the last match too, when we see they were chasing a modest target, they had got a proper versus England. They got Attapato got injured on seven, but after that there was a small bit of partnership between Pereira and Harshita Samar Vikrama, who is the next big thing in Sri Lankan women cricket. There was a small partnership, but once Sophie Athelston started her over, Sri Lanka just lost the way and lose four wickets in 4 overs. And there, boom, the match was done. Because 15 over में तब तक Sri Lanka was around 80 runs, which was very good in comparison to chasing 251. Yeah, but at the moment, when there was loss of wickets, it was like falling like pieces or pack of cards, as a reason of which Sri Lanka lost that match, which they would have won if they would have applied themselves very easily and brilliantly. So that's the problem with Sri Lanka, that their middle order really needs to fire up and other batters really have to raise their hands. Once they did the start, they have to make sure that they convert it into a bigger score. So that's the issue. And saying on paper, obviously New Zealand, everyone had tipped to win this match, but never know what the conditions of Colombo say. And another thing is rain, again the problem in Colombo. So if rain spoils sports, then it becomes another dreadful match as well. That where the points will get spot, and then the other odd points team can get the advantages as well. So you never know what's happening in Colombo. Hopefully we see not I will say a thriller, but a good match in Colombo versus Sri Lanka and New Zealand.
Yeah, it's a do or die game as I said, and Sri Lanka they have shown promise, but not enough to get over the line and finish the line. That's important. So, Ayan, what do you think? Like, if New Zealand wins today, like who knows? Like, they might dethrone India from number four to number five. Net that will come into the equation and everything. New Zealand has got only one big game after this one, and also India has also one big game. So it's a battle of number four spot only. But Sophie Devine and Susie Bates, these two cricketers in New Zealand, they are called grandmas. Like they have been playing so much long cricket now since 2008, 9. They have been playing. So they say them grandmas. They're still playing cricket. They are still want to be the next year's T20 World Cup. It's such a great thing for the sport, right? And New Zealand is such a small population. Still they find magnificent players, quality players, and their culture is recommendable and commendable as well. They play very smartly. These guys, these ladies we can say, and everything. Look, they have got Amelia K, they have got Eden Carson is there, the spinner is there, and also Brooke Halliday is there. They are finding match winners now. They are not dependent on Sophie and Susie at all. The others are stepping up. No doubt. So Sophie has done her work brilliantly. But the others also stepping up. Like, what do you want? Like the tournament is peaking now, ultra peaking at some time, but now it started to peak. What do you say?
Yeah, so from New Zealand's point of view, they would obviously start this match as favourites because they've got a more all-round team than Sri Lanka. There's no doubt about it. But what I see in the batting department is how will they fare against the spinners? Because Colombo conditions will suit the spinners. We know that. So basically, they're a top-heavy team, kind of like you've got Sophie Devine at number four, and you've got Susie Bates opening and Amelia Kerr at three. These three are the main batters for New Zealand. That is Susie Bates, Amelia Kerr, and Sophie Devine. Now, Devine has had a stellar World Cup, an unbelievable World Cup. 100 and then it's had 250s after that. But Susie Bates hasn't got going yet, although she got 29 in the last game. And Amelia Kerr with the bat hasn't fired yet. So that's another thing. Good to see Brooke Halliday firing for them. I mean, she came to the party and they need the middle order to come up and help these veterans to do well. But I think the bowling lineup is sorted, the fielding is good and everything. But New Zealand should not think of net run rate, I think. We are talking about net run rate. I think they should first go for the win. If they have an opportunity to increase the net run rate, then only go for it. Vienna hockey, you go for the net run rate and then you lose the game. You cannot afford to do that. That is the one thing that I want to give New Zealand advice. As far as New Zealand winning, if New Zealand win this, they'll be 11 on points at India. But I think the net run rate will still be below India, I think, as far as I know, whatever I saw. So they may not dethrone India as far as net run is concerned, but they'll be with India at the same position. And if I look at the number of fixtures remaining, New Zealand have got two big fixtures towards the end. That is against India and England, and that will be decisive for them to qualify. See, I think they should beat Sri Lanka and Pakistan, and they'll be praying that rain does not come and spoil sport in Colombo. They should beat Sri Lanka. If they can beat Sri Lanka, I think they'll beat Pakistan also. If they do that, then I think it all comes down to the game on 23rd and 26th. 23rd they play India, and 26th they play England. So those two games it will decide where they go. And since they've lost two big games because they lost to Australia and South Africa, they have to beat one of the big sides to go through. They cannot just win against the lesser known sides, with all due respect, lesser known sides and go through. So they have to beat England, but either of India and England, if not both, to go through to the semi-finals. So it's between New Zealand and India for the fourth spot. Even I think I agree with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting game. Colombo, rain, rain, go away. We can say it. But like really, questions have been raised over the ICC of how the schedules have been planned with rain being scheduled. Like you could have taken the tournament to somewhere like Bangladesh or somewhere like to UAE where there is less rain of chances. But you went to Sri Lanka and India is also raining, right? India is also not that much safer. But still, we have found the critical venues which rain is not much there. So let's see how it goes. Thank you, Ayan and Anup. We'll be back with the post-match analysis when the game gets over. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. So stay tuned with us. If you like the video, they really share. We are not forcing at all. We'll continue to do our work. We'll make sure that quality videos are out every time. Thank you, everyone.